Mm. So this one I want to put in a rocks glass with an ice cube. It's yummy. It's very yummy, actually. I remember smelling this, if I think what it is, when it first came out, and I'm still amazed by how photorealistic it is. This is a whiskey fragrance. It smells like a Scotch. Not a smoky peaty one, but something sort of on the fruitier spectrum, so upper, let's say Speyside or whatever takes your fancy. What can I say? It's whiskey. It's Baronda by Nasamato. Let's just get that out of the way. Beautiful, really, really stunning work. When I first smelt this, I remember thinking that this was a stylistic turning point for the perfumer Alessandro Galtieri, and I think it is. This marks a softness that you at that point hadn't seen from the perfumer. The perfume has amazing formula. A lot of his works are in overdose, so there's a lot of musk notes here. There's ambretolide, exaltolide, and muscone. And these are synthetic musk materials that are animalic, but they've been neutered in a way. They're a bit softer. They're a bit more. They're furry animals. Really, really nice musk notes. There's some whiskey lactone, which is what gives it that amazing photorealistic effect. And then there's flourishes. There's a bit of citrus. I get almost a toffee apple-like note. A bit of lemon, lime even, some green jasmine-y, more rose actually, sort of a green rosiness at the top. Really beautiful. I think if you're a lover of whiskey, there's no better fragrance. We're looking at a reflective, studious degree, something that requires a lot of study, I guess, and almost confinement, private reflection, I dare say philosophy, and I'm going to stick with that, actually. I think this is something philosophical. I think this is something that ruminates. It's a degree that you have to ruminate with. The way that I visualize, or whatever the metaphor for sound is here, I imagine something percussive. I'm going to say the timpani drums, just because I like the fullness and yet the sort of punctuated, syncopated quality of this fragrance. So the timpani drums. I think it's not a team sport or anything like that. I think it's something that can be done in solitary. That's a great question. This person is playing squash by themselves. I think it's in a room. There's a little bit of high explosive content in this room with this, with the ball banging around everywhere. But it's done alone, I think, with safety glasses on, of course. It's got to be Scotland, of course. Look, they like bourbon and Tennessee and those sort of places as well. They like Irish whiskey as well. They might even like Australian whiskey. But I think they're a purist, and I think they love Scotch. And so they're going to the islands of Scotland and the mountainous regions as well. So yeah, Scotland. This one, it's overdosed with those musky, ambery, animalic notes that I mentioned earlier. And I think that is what gives it a great sense of longevity, or more than a sense, truly a great longevity. So I would say an 8 for this one. This one's curious. Again, it lacks top notes, but there is a top quality, so to speak. The sillage, I think, depending on how much you spray, it can be quite a potent one, but I think it comes into itself. So I would say a 7. The first thing I used to tell customers about this perfume is it's an extrait de parfum. It's the highest concentration you can get in perfumery, so don't be turned off by the small 30ml format of the bottle. 2 sprays and you're golden. So value for money. If you love whiskey, it's perfect, so I think that's a 10. But otherwise, value for money, I would say 6 or a 7. Gender, for whiskey lovers, and anyone can wear this one. There's that fruitiness at the top sort of pulls it away from that sort of classically sort of solid masculine quality of perfumes, those sort of sticky, tight amber features. So I would say this is completely unisex. Rather, it's unisex with a slight masculine tinge, just given the associations around amber notes and musk notes.